Your pet would like to have a word with you. In fact, your dog, cat, bird, horse, fish, even bearded dragon would like to have an entire conversation with you. But having that trans-species discussion is difficult without an interpreter, or go-between. A specifically skilled individual who's been communicating with our animal friends for more than 3 decades, bridging gaps in understanding, elevating relationships, building peace and harmony among all Earth's creatures. That person is Suzan Vaughn, the Animal Whisperer.
In this episode, a dog's people are about to move to another country, and they wanted to know how he felt about 15 hours in the belly of an airplane. Petey, a 7-year-old Australian cattle dog mix, also talks about his health. I offered a body scan to let his human mom, Tracy, know how he was feeling.
The first question is whether Petey is in any pain. So what I can do about that is I can do a body scan, and so I'm going to do a body scan. Okay, so how this works is the consciousness kind of stops at a place that I'm supposed to take a closer look at. So the very first thing is I'm stopped at the eyes. So I'm not seeing that well. I'm seeing maybe 50%. So there's, Petey's not concerned about it, but it's just something to report. Okay, let me go on. She says, but my hearing is fantastic. Okay. Right about where my hand is, there's some discomfort. It feels like a little arthritis. It feels like something where you would have delay in getting up. Once you get up, you can move okay, but it's just a delay of getting into the body, of pulling yourself together like the rest of us. If we have arthritis, it's that sort of a thing. It takes you a minute to get up, get the blood into your legs. And it does show that this is affecting circulatory things into the legs, so that sometimes the legs feel a little as if they're asleep and waking up. It takes a minute to get the blood down there. The cognition is very good. He seems very aware. He's not at a place where he's confused at all. So his brain and his mind is good. I'm looking at the digestive system. He says, I can eat anything. Feel free to say, yes, that's right, or not right. If anything resonates with you, feel free to react.
To talk about his back and his legs is what I've been worried about.
Okay.
He walks a little funny, and when he gets out of his crate in the morning, he steps out with his front paws and he stretches his back legs, and then I kind of rub them and pull them a little bit before he steps out with those 2 legs and then runs off. A little stiffly, like a cowboy,
Mm-hmm.
So
he says that feels good. He says he likes that, and it feels good. And it helps him to get the blood in here. Is it true that he's happy to eat anything at all?
He's happy to eat anything at all.
Yeah. Okay.
And the more the merrier. He's on a diet.
Okay, so he does show me I'm a little bit of a food shark. I can digest and eat anything. So the digestive system feels very good. He says I'm a very good, my elimination system is good. I'm a good pooper.
He's a good boy. I always tell him he's a good boy. He's a good body. Buddy.
And he says I always go in the correct place. Is that right?
There's not really an assigned spot.
Well, to me that means
It's always
not in
on
the
dirt.
house.
Oh, it's always outside.
Okay, not in the house. I know what you mean. All right. Let me see something else.
His eyes I worried about because he shows redness on them, but he got skunked about a year ago, and the people who were here taking care of him didn't tend to it. And more than 24 hours went by before I had attention to deal with it, and he had it in his face. And I could tell it was really bothering his eyes, and so I think he got, I don't know if that caused permanent damage or if it just irritated him, but he's always had this little bit of, on this white eye you can see this redness. It's always there. And I didn't just know if it was a pink because he's got pink skin. I don't know still.
Let me see if he knows if it was related to the skunk. He says somewhat. You know, he was already having degenerative something with regards to being able to see, but it didn't help any. The way I'm getting it is 25% was related to that. You know, he's got a little bit of labored breathing, so I wanted to look at the heart and see how that was doing. He says, yeah, everything seems to be okay there, beating correctly, but he's just having a little bit of heat, you know, overheated.
Would it be possible for him to stop attacking the cat?
Oh, my. Okay.
It's our biggest problem.
Yeah. What does the cat look like?
She's white and gray.
Okay.
Mostly white.
All right. Okay, I'm just really showing him what we would prefer that he do. So I'm going to talk to him about having the cat be some animal that he protects instead of seeing it as the enemy. So I'm going to ask him to have the cat be part of the pack instead of an alien force, you know. All right. How about it? So I'm just saying the way I do this is that I show a picture of the dog with its back to the cat. Anything behind a dog, it's protecting. As long as it's face to face, it's a much more difficult and different experience for the dog. So I'm just saying, put your back to the cat and protect the cat.
The second worst problem we have is that he, if he encounters any animals out on a walk, he will want to lunge and attack that dog. I have to keep him on a leash, and I can only take him places off the leash where there are no other people. I can't take him to the beach because people let their dogs off leash and the dogs run up and he's threatened. But, you know, there was a time when I turned him off the leash before I knew all this, and he ran down to the beach and attacked a dog minding its own business on a leash with its own owner. That dog was never coming at him. It was a small dog, and it's like, once he stands around by a dog for a little while, then he's okay. When dogs come in here, it's okay. At first he's on edge, but then he, you know, we tell him things and he behaves, and then pretty soon he's all right, and then we can not worry about him. But this thing of him attacking dogs in public is it's the thing that's limiting his life.
Yeah.
Because he can't go places and do things. I can't take him camping. Other people are going to have dogs in that campground. I can't take him any place I see where there might be people. We'll go down to some deserted beach, and the minute somebody gets out of the car with a dog, we have to leave, or I have to, you know, because I don't know what they're going to do with their dog. And if he would just stop that,
Okay.
his whole existence would open up.
Okay. So he's afraid of dogs. So he's a rescue? And how long before you had him? I mean, how old was he when you got him?
He was one.
One? Oh boy, a lot happened in that first year.
He lived with a woman, and then she gave him to a man, and then then that man got Jack's, and then he left them with some people who turned him loose onto the street. I don't know how long they were on the street. It may have been a couple of days, but I don't think it was very much longer than that.
Okay, I'm going to try this little technique that, you see how I'm doing these little circles?
Mm-hmm.
I do a little circle, one and a quarter time around, and then I lift up. I wanted to ask him if it was okay for him. He seems to be okay with it for a minute. See, he's done with it now. But if you can do these little circles around his snout and mouth, it will make a huge difference. It just disconnects all this fear in the mouth. And then I'm going to tell him what you want him to do. Just a moment. Okay. So he's not telling me, oh yeah, I can do that. So he's saying, oh, you know, I'm not sure if I can do that. And so I asked him what would help you. He says, if I can turn around and put my back to the stimulus, that could help me. Now that's like easier said than done, right? You're somewhere camping, you're trying to turn him around where he has his back to the thing. But he does have the dog fear. So the two things I'm going to recommend is the T-touch that I showed you. And before you get out, you want to tell him there could be dogs out here, be calm. Don't ever say when he's in a crazy state, it's okay, because they're very, very literal. So you want to say no, be calm, okay? And then you could visualize, if you're a visualizer, that he's got his back to the dog, and then try to turn him around. So I'm going to go back there and see if he feels better about it, if he could be more friendly. Well, he says, I'm very discriminating. I say, what do you mean, like with dogs? Yeah, exactly. I want to find out who they are. I'm telling him, your people say that's not true. They say you have, in certain circumstances, you are not discriminating. So we would like you to be more discriminating and listen to your people. So let me see what he says. So I'm asking him, is this a protection thing for you? No. Is this because you're afraid of other dogs? Yes. So you're feeling defensive, right? Yes. Why is this? Is this someplace early in your life? Very early. I was maybe 4 weeks old, maybe 8 weeks old, and I was very vulnerable to other dogs. There was other dogs around me that, let's see, did I have to fight for food? Yeah, I had to fight for resources, or I had to wait to see if there was going to be any resources for me left over. So, and then I was kind of dominated by larger dogs about this size when I was very young. Okay. Is that all we need to hear about that? Yes. Okay, so you can let this go, right? Yeah, 50%.
Okay.
So you got those.
We'll see if we can make an improvement.
Yeah.
I also want to know if there's anything he wants me to know.
Okay. He wants you to know that he has such a good life. He says, I have a wonderful life. I love my people. They always consider me in every choice they make. They're considering me right now with change of location. They're thinking how I will do. And this is just the most wonderful thing.
Okay. Because one of my questions is for all the animals. It's like, are we doing them a favor taking them with us?
Oh, I see. Right.
Because it's going to be a bad day, on that plane. I mean, it shouldn't be too bad, but I don't know how bad it's going to be.
Right.
But they're going to be away from us. It could be away from us for like 12 or 15 hours.
Will they be in the body of the plane?
Yes, but maybe not our plane. I'm not sure.
Oh.
They're going cargo,
gosh.
so I'm not sure if that goes. It's supposed to all happen on the same day.
Oh,
But they will be away from us, and then we'll be in a new place and getting used to a new life. And I think it's going to be a better life for them, at least for an adventure. But sometimes I wonder if it's just me being selfish that I want them with me, and would they be better off here with Jamie watching them and they have their same house and their same life?
Okay, just a moment. This one definitely wants to go and feels that it will be easier if the other dog is with or nearby.
Should be.
Okay. And I don't know about the other one. But this one, Petey, I definitely don't want to go be without my people. I don't want new people just because of the location of the geography. The cat's a different story. The cat is not wanting to go. So you know. Cats are much more attached to geography. They get very attached to their roots, go way down, and dogs can just move. But not so for most cats, not all. I met a traveling cat the other day. It was on the train. It was so relaxed on the train, I was asking it, you must move around with your people a lot. The cat was like, yeah, I go in the car and everything. But it was just hanging over the armrest, relaxed, looking out the window. It was a cracker. It's a different kind of cat.
Those are the big questions.
Yeah.
I could have a million more, but those are the main ones.
Petey was relaxed and attentive during our session. In the following days, his people opened the door to his crate and let the cat into the room. Petey showed no interest. Tracy was also able to get Petey to sit still next to her in the presence of another dog in public. Steps towards success.
For more episodes in the series, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. To learn all about Suzan Vaughn and her services, visit our website at animalwhisperer.net. Be part of the community by subscribing to our Facebook page, animalwhisperer.net. Then sign up for Suzan's newsletter to enjoy more of her fascinating animal-human communication stories. So, until next time, join Suzan as she talks to the animals on The Animal Whisperer.